Assets and Arbitrage. We got Crypt Work on again today who wanted to kind of dial and dig into the beneficiary aspect to the wallets that we talked about, I want to say last Saturday.
Okay.
I think it was last Saturday.
Yeah.
So we're so happy to have her back on again. But before Cryptwork gets into it, we do want to make a couple of small announcements and one small point.
Yeah, definitely. We came up with some different ideas. We talked to the gentleman of crypto, and they had mentioned some different things that they wanted to do as far as content creators on their channel. So we're gonna try to, step in and help if we can. So we came up with the idea. We're gonna come up with this is Aaron's idea. Tequila Tuesday, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Tequila Tuesday. Yeah, to me, it's tequila every day. Tequila Tuesday, and what we're gonna do is bring new tequilas in, and talk about them a little bit. Then we're gonna go in and chop up good game like we usually
Like we
do.
usually do.
And
So definitely it'll be a happy hour of sorts. You're
yeah,
going to want
and
to
here you
bring your
go.
drinks, have a
I
drink.
mean, we're giving you this is something that we're having today.
If you go down, I want y'all to see how
Uh,
nice the
yeah,
cork is.
it's a very nice tequila.
Yeah.
Very nice
And it's
tequila.
open pour.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do Tequila Tuesdays. So look out for that. You guys be ready. I know everybody don't drink tequila.
Or whatever it is you
Yeah,
like, just have your drink ready and we can have a happy hour of
yeah.
sorts as we go through our typical show contents. I see that you have yours.
Get the
Is that Bud
comments
Light
up so I
Lime?
can see.
Yes. Yes.
And I know you cats out there still drinking Crown Royal, and that's okay. Crown Royal, old school days, back in '90s days. And then also we came up with we're gonna do on Saturdays we're gonna do a hip hop theme show. And so we'll just come out with, maybe a title of a song, title of an album, and we'll go in and talk about how it matters in today's world. We'll wrap it back around the crypto like we always
Yeah,
do
it'll always
because
have some
yeah,
type of relevancy to the
yeah,
conversation.
it will always have relevancy.
But it
And
is the 50th year of hip hop, so we do want to have an ode to hip hop as well. And we're just trying out new things and stuff like that for you guys on the show, hoping to make the show edutainment. Okay. I want to thank T. Will Line, Man for Hire, for joining Chapel House. She says, every one of you are amazing. Thank you for all the edutainment. Keep going. Thank you to the gentleman of crypto, and the future is ours. Absolutely. Um, that is going into the private chat.
Okay, so
I think you over. Can you see the overlay? I don't know if you can see it on the back end. I can't remember what it looks like on the back end. But one's private chat, so the private chat with the lock is to me, so the
okay.
my
audience can't see it, and I think the one without is to the audience.
and let me get a shout out to my man who's talking about Mad Dog Monday. Uh, I'm a little bit past that, but back in the day, Mad Dog, man, I ain't even gonna go into all that. You right, Mad Dog Mondays, Mad Dog Monday.
Ice House Thursdays.
I know.
And we can go on and on. What was the other one? What was the one that Megan used to drink?
Oh no, not that.
What was it?
Well, we could do Steel Reserve.
Still Reserve
Still
Oh
Saturday.
no.
It'd
Not
be a
still
hot mess,
reserved.
y'all.
Steel Reserve. God, where could you get that? But yeah, so that was one of the things we wanted to talk about. Some of the new shows coming. You wanted to get into a couple issues or no?
Yeah. So I did want to make an announcement. Simon and I, we've been doing the Life Portfolio series for you guys, and we've decided to write a book, but in a sense, a series of books, right? I am a published author. I've published previously 4 books, 2 of them, which you can kind of see in the background. They were fiction novels, romantic dramas. So this is our first endeavor in nonfiction works.
Right. Nice
Okay.
book.
That's one, and then
Let me get the
2 of
other
them are missing. I don't know where they are. They're around the house somewhere. But we're going to be doing the Life Portfolio series, and the first in the series that we're currently working on is Flag Theory.
Yeah.
So you guys will have a great, comprehensive, concise manual for Flag Theory. The Colonel, Crazy Bronx Don, is the handle you guys are familiar with. He'll be really happy to know that we are writing a manual for you guys to reference. So the first book in the Life Portfolio series is going to be Flag Theory. The book that we're going to be working on after that is Neuroeconomics. So you guys definitely have some resources to look forward from Simon Family Investment Ventures. Of course, our works will always be family oriented, as well as we will never give you any information that we have not tried, tested, lived through, experienced, right? So you'll know that the information in there is well vetted. I want to thank Bitcoin Shango for joining. There you go. You there, Crip Work. The last point I want to make is this. So, in the world today, a lot of people are trying to establish their brands. And they're going about it in a way where I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've entered into what I call a new dispensation. So we now live in a time where whatever it is that you do in the dark is being exposed and magnified for everybody to see. If you are someone who puts on a facade, if you have that, like when I call imposter syndrome, I'm talking like real imposter syndrome. Like you say you do this, you say you do that, but you don't really walk your talk. All of those things are being exposed and magnified. So during this dispensation, more than ever, it is critical, it's crucial, if you are building a brand, that you are building your brand in truth. And one of the suggestions that Simon and I would have in order for you to build your brand is to build your character and then associate the brand to the character. It's one of the reasons why many of you love our brand, and it's only because we weren't building the brand. We were building our character, we were building our life portfolio, and then all we did was associate the brand to what we already do so that the authenticity is there. If you guys want to be internet detectives and fact check anything we say or do, the receipts are there, and we are who we say we are. So, in light of the TI Tiny thing, they wanted to build a brand on family dynamics, and now you're hearing their sons and children come out and say that's not what they do. They don't take care of kids. The kids don't live at the house. They're in trouble with the production of the show because they entered into a contract under a false pretense, right? There are several other people who are being called out. Y'all know the Bishop T.D. Jakes is being called out because his brand is supposed to be you are a man of God. You ain't supposed to be, at Diddy parties and so on and so forth. So in light of all of that, we want to utilize other people's mistakes as our launch pads of learning, right? So our solution, if you're building a brand, many of you guys on here do have brands you're building, you do have businesses you're working on, you are trying to get on the network, you are doing your own media stuff. You absolutely want to build your character and then associate the brand to that so that you're walking in a great authenticity. Everything you do is genuine. If somebody quoted what you said, you don't have to go back and apologize. If somebody looked up something you did, they can't run Natasha K and exploit you for whatever money you have to not put it out. You can walk your talk and talk your walk. So I just wanted to bring that up in light of everything that's going on. Chapel House said that she's absolutely interested in the neuroeconomic book. Neuroplasticity, absolutely, that will absolutely be featured in the book. Simon and I have been working all weekend. It's probably why I seized out a little bit yesterday. My brain was on overload. But we've been working all weekend on putting together the flag theory book because this is the time for you guys to be considering, with all of the turmoil and the volatility going on in the United States, you don't want your life portfolio to be in one basket, which is the U.S. borders, especially with all the uncertainty that's happening with it at this time. So that should be a great book. It should be available within the next few months, as it is a very specific genre of the life portfolio. Okay. Well, Crypt Work,
Hey,
we
how
are
you
so
doing?
glad to have you on the show. You are our subject matter expert for wallets, and because we are the first family of Bitcoin, we are always, always interested in the family aspect of the crypto space. So today you're going to be kind of talking to us about the beneficiary aspect of a specific wallet or wallets in general.
Well, there's only two wallets that offer your beneficiary services right now. I don't know if anybody else has started doing that yet, but one wallet is a hot wallet, which is the nunchuck wallet, and the other
Mm-hmm.
wallet that has this service is the Kivo wallet, which is a hardware wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and they have services and they have plans that you can choose from to pass down your Bitcoin if that's the road you want to choose. But I don't see hardcore Bitcoiners doing this right now. I don't think because you still have to trust somebody with your key.
Absolutely.
But that's what they're offering to the public now. So I just want to let people know that's what they have and that's what they have right now. So.
So let me ask you this then. If you were somebody who wanted to leave your Bitcoin to a family member, maybe your children or somebody like that, would a good route to go would be just leave the people with the keys to your Bitcoin, or do you think that's a safety problem?
Um, I think you would be better off doing it the the hardcore Bitcoiner way, which is keeping everything to yourself and introducing it to your family that way. Or
Mm-hmm.
unless you think that you have family members that wouldn't do the right thing, or if you have a business, you know, that involves family or just friends, you know, this would be
Or a
something.
business partner,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah, that would be
yeah.
something that you could use.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta make sure you got people like you said who would do the right thing. Shout out to Spike Lee. That's a great movie. So they got to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if I trust my eldest son
Mm-hmm.
to do the right thing, then I can leave him the keys. If something happens to me, he knows how to go about it, and just
Allocate
and
the
allocate it.
resources
Yeah,
evenly across his brothers. It's fine when they're single, right? And we're talking about children in general.
yeah.
It's when they start to get married that things
Yes,
start to get dicey, right? Because the in-laws now want to have a say in
Mm-hmm.
wealth that yes, we built for your family, but it's not all just for you, right? So Sean's wife, Reggie's wife, Junior's wife, Tino's wife. I don't want in-laws feeling like they should get the lion's share. Like this has to be allocated across evenly. And when they were brothers and you weren't a factor,
Right, and also
right, they would have distributed evenly.
And also, we would talk about this as time goes on. There will be grandchildren that
Yeah.
things need to be allocated
Well,
across.
I have four kids. You only have one. I should get more money. And
Yeah.
you don't want to have those be the conversations. So it would be a good idea. We always talk about having your paperwork in orders. Absolutely going to be featured in every single book of the Life Portfolio series. Okay. But having your paperwork in order to detract and to prevent those conversations. This is what you're getting, this is what you're getting, and this is what you're getting, and so forth, so on and so forth. But the idea to that is to keep up and to revise those things as changes are made. I don't know if you guys know this, but when Kobe passed away, when Kobe and Gianna passed away, Kobe had not yet added, I want to say her name is Capri, but the little baby, she was
Yeah,
just
the
a
small
baby
baby.
when
She
he
wasn't
passed
the one.
away, and he didn't make it, like he didn't get to the point where he contacted his lawyer and added her to, which he probably should have did
Yeah.
right when she was born. He was going to get around to it and didn't. And then it took Vanessa a considerable amount of time to get that done, and she had to push through a lot of legal hoops in order to do it.
Yeah, and it got done because it was Kobe Bryant
And he's a
Yeah, and
public
Vanessa
figure,
Bryant was his wife, so they got it done.
but it's still,
And
they talked about how she talked about how difficult it was, especially because it happened during COVID. But it was hard to do
yeah, it was.
because she had to. You're retroactively doing something
Hmm.
And I don't know what type of law loopholes you have to go through and what type of legal
Yeah.
expertise you need to have
Okay.
on hand. So it's very important that we at the lowest level,
Okay.
right? We at the lowest level, we need to constantly be revising our paperwork. We need to constantly be updating keys when you get new assets, updating your asset law inventory as you're acquiring. And really, these are things that should be done quarterly.
Yeah.
So that's why we talked about the 12-week year last show.
That was the last show, 12-week year. It's a good show. I thought I liked that. Good. And I want to say one thing about people, and I know people do keep Bitcoin on Cash App, and I know it's a great place to buy Bitcoin and keep your Bitcoin, trade and sell. But you know, a lot of people use the Cash App through their phone and things like that. This is hard. These are hard things to pass down if something happens, right? You got like for example, our son, he has Cash App and he has the fingerprint.
On his phone, that's correct.
So you got Bitcoin on your phone with a fingerprint and something happens to you.
No one can access your Cash App.
And it says lost Bitcoin. So be careful where you keep your Bitcoin as well.
If you have beneficiaries who need access to your resources in case of your demise. So these are the things. I feel like mortality is a tough subject. People don't like to think about it. They don't like to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Black community, we have to, because every time you look at your social media timeline, young Black people are passing away from one thing or another. They're in their 30s, they're in their 40s, they're in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep thinking like, yeah, I got time to get my house in order. Yeah, I got time to get my house in order. And then you realize that you don't. And now somebody's got to run a GoFundMe because the money that you've acquired in life, no one has access to.
Yeah. They get you, George.
If you know, you know. Thank you so much for joining us. They said CASA offers inheritance service also. They use multi-sigs. So the multi-sig, obviously, y'all, is not a free service.
Yeah.
You can also set up multi-sig yourself and place it in your will and trust.
That's good. That's great information. Great information.
And Nunchuck wallet is also it's Bitcoin only, and the Kivo wallet is multiple coins, Bitcoin and multiple coins.
When you say multiple coins, what other coins will be in there?
I guess your top 100. I mean, I think maybe they have more than that. I mean, they might have a little more than that, but yeah, the main ones.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Thank you for that.
So Bitcoin Shango is currently tinkering with the notion of setting up a trust for their children and their mom. All assets will be divvied out as he sees fit. He knows future in-laws will try to say things, Jess. Yep. Fortunately, he is happy to be the bad guy. He personally didn't trust anyone that he didn't bring into this world. I think that's like, I feel the same way, right? I really like my son's current girlfriend. However, it's usually not that person all the time. It's their family who starts putting ideas into their mind about, well, they don't need as much. You guys have a baby. The other brothers don't have any. You should get more. And it's like, well, then you should have made more for her. But I'm not going to get involved with that. Chapel House asked if we've tried CASA. No. So that's news to us. We're going to do research on it.
Have you tried
cash? No, CASA. What, if you know, you know what's talking about.
Oh,
so
okay.
If you know, are you currently using CASA? If so, can you tell us just a little bit more? Because Chapel House is asking about your experience with it, your user experience. If you know, set at Bitcoin Shango, I recommend you do so. If you know has a trust and will, and trying to get their mom and other family members on board as well. Right. Getting your paperwork in order, especially when you have children, is the most responsible thing you can possibly do for them. Even if you don't have children, you should still have, where's your money going? Because at the end of the day, when we don't have a plan, the state just takes it.
And we've spoken on this on many occasions because we have both had parents who have transitioned, and you have to deal with probate court. State gets involved.
Because they want to keep the money.
Yeah, they want to keep the money. So they make they make you fight about the money and make it hard for you to even get the money. And
if
whether
paperwork is not in order.
if paperwork is not in
So
order.
I didn't have to deal with probate because I essentially had my father's estate set up. I
Mhm.
had my mother's estate set up.
Yes,
My
you did.
father didn't die suddenly, so I had time to make sure all loose ends were tightened up.
Yep.
But what Cryptwork is showing us today is it's relatively new. So a lot of the things we're talking about, y'all, didn't even exist 10 years ago, 15
Man, we
years
can go
ago,
in.
20 years
We
ago.
can go into that. That's a Gary V quote. Gary V pops out and says that all the things that we use today didn't exist 25 years ago.
Right. So we have to have new perspectives,
Mhm.
new mind shifts, and new approaches to ensure that we are keeping up with the technological advances that we enjoy every single day.
And I will say this as we talk about our parents, um, because both of my parents did pass away
Suddenly.
suddenly. You just had to scramble and figure out what's going on.
And sometimes that's hard to do when you're not the power of attorney. You don't have legal
Yeah.
rights to make
Yeah,
decisions
so,
or to do certain things or access certain things. It can be very difficult, and you absolutely want to have paperwork in order to prevent that. So, Crip Work, Bitcoin Shango said it's great to see you.
yeah.
They got Biggity Bounce and get their hair braided. They're listening though, so they're gonna be leaving to go get their hair done, and then um, they'll be listening. Jake Fever, what's up, Jake? We
Jake
really
Fever.
appreciate having you on the show. That was a great show, Jake Fever. So thank you so much
Thank you, Jake
for
Fever.
joining us. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Shango, also capital F, all probate courts, right? But you got to remember, Bitcoin Shango, that their interest is it's free money, and the state gets to utilize that money for their agendas, for their payoffs, for their super PACs, and all of the ridiculousness that they want to do. It's not even to say that they're going to take the people's money and make sure that it's for the people, right? They have their own personal agendas for the things they want to do,
Yes.
and that's why they make it so difficult. They also exploit the idea that the average person is not going to have their estate in order. Okay. So, are there any other features with wallets that you feel like we should discuss or take note of?
Yeah, I like some of the features with the Nunchuck wallet, and I don't know if you guys really know. Do you know about Nunchuck wallet? What
No.
they
I do
stand
not.
for? Okay, I believe they're in Canada, and that was the company that stood with the Bitcoiners, the Bitcoin world, and the truckers when they
Okay.
cut when they cut them off, and then
Mm-hmm.
they had to use Bitcoin, and then they tried to contact Nunchuck, and Nunchuck was like, they did no talking. You know what I'm saying? They stood behind, the Bitcoin life. And the one, a couple of things I like about some of the things that they mention here is the inheritance is the backup data is password protected. And you need the password to recover the inheritance key or the keys when claiming. And the inheritance plan lies dormant until it is activated on the date chosen by the wallet owner or the wallet user.
Oh,
And you
okay.
get
That's
to you
cool.
get to pick, yeah, you get to choose who gets it, who's entitled to those keys. You set it up with their online, with your account and everything. And yeah, you get to dictate who gets what when.
Mm-hmm.
Say like if you have grandchildren and you can set a date when you think they might be old enough to handle that.
Like their 18th birthday or the
Yeah,
21st birthday or something like that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. But yeah, but the Kivo wallet situation, I don't know about that one because you give your keys to them and they lock it up and store it in the Iron Mountain vault or something like that. Yeah,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, it's kind of like way out there. But I think, like I said, that one would probably be for like somebody that has a business or if you're in business with someone, you know,
Okay.
yeah, like that. But I think the Nunchuck wallet is more personal. And but it's only Bitcoin now, and but the Kivo it offers like I said,
Multiple.
yeah, multiple assets to be passed down to your
Can you
relatives.
in the chat, the chatters are asking, can you write the name of the two wallets so they have correct spellings in order
Okay,
to do their own research?
And the Kivo wallet
Um,
has two levels of wallets. Do they have a really expensive one, and then they have one that's more affordable?
what would the two levels like? What are they distinguishing between the two levels?
Short version, the more expensive one, which is like $500, I think. That's the one that comes with the beneficiary plan and all the other bells and whistles that you could choose from, because they have different levels of plans. And then yeah, then Nunchuck, they have plans too, but they're more expensive. With their Honey Badger plan, it's
Okay.
like almost $600 for that plan just to be able to use these services.
What would
Uh,
be some of the
through Nunchuck.
services that they would offer? Was a one-time payment of $600,
Yes,
on
one
or
time,
out?
one
Okay.
time, but you still have to maintain your account. I think like $99 a month. If you choose, and they have like one for like $50 a month, stuff like that.
And what would be services like? What services could they be providing that would be almost $1,000? Don't forget to put the nunchuck in there too, because that's really what Chapel House was asking about. But Kibo
They
too.
have the Iron Hand plan is for 120, and it has multi-sig and one-tap signing and iCloud backup. And the Honey Badger plan is $480 a year. I'm sorry, it's $480 a year, and they call it the gold standard.
So
Oh,
what would they
okay.
have? What services would they have?
They have all the services and stuff uh, listed on their website, so you can go and read all what you get
Mm-hmm.
included in that plan. It's a lot of stuff though. It's a lot.
Just so you feel like just at a glance, it's provides the value for $480.
No, I mean, I guess so. If you, like I said, if you have multiple family members that's involved, yeah. But if it's just, if you have a simple family setup, I guess it would be better just to do it the old-fashioned way.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Nah.
you need to look into what works best for you and see where the value lies best. I'm saying for
Yes,
$480, I've been done bought $480 of Bitcoin or four hundred
that's a
eighty
lot.
dollars of
Yeah,
silver. But you know what I'm saying? Like I would rather have that in the asset than to pay for the
right,
service.
So,
right, and
oh,
and
No, she
and I
just
think too
and
that if people don't have these keys and have the information that they need to be able to access this, you better not ever lose it, because if you lose it, then they keep it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't have like a recovery.
Yeah, they do. They
Oh,
do,
okay,
but you still gotta have your information to be able to even
for recovering.
recover.
Right.
Yes.
And again, it's just having your paperwork in order. We're adults. That's a huge part of adulting
Yes.
is being responsible with information that is access to your wealth, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell people other than you a grown ass adult. You just got to be responsible with your stuff.
Yeah, I know if you wanted to read those, I was going to ask
She
those
just
questions.
they were asking her to give them the
Oh,
spelling and
clarify.
stuff. Yeah.
And so, not to be, too personal, if you mind answering, is how do you set yours up when you use these different wallets? How are you setting yours up, if you don't mind answering?
Well, I mean, I just have it set up. So my family is small, so it's not too much, too much involved there. It's pretty easy. I
So,
have like three brothers. That's
mm-hmm.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's easy to set up as far as the way you want to have it
Allocated
allocated across.
across
Oh,
family
okay. Yeah.
members.
Yeah. All three of them get the equal amounts, whatever, equal access to it.
Oh, okay. But that's good though, because
Hmm.
you should have that you could be able to allocate, like you said,
Right.
across your family
Without
members.
fighting, without other people's input, what people think they deserve in a quest that they didn't participate or contribute in. So
Yeah,
you
it will
want to
go to
like quell all of that off, right?
yeah, it will go to my older brother, so then he could in turn take care of my younger brothers,
The two little
of
ones. Yeah,
our
that's how
younger
we have
brothers. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
dope.
Sean's in charge of allocating the resources across his
That's
little
dope.
brothers.
That's dope. That's what's up.
Um, Jake Fever, yes, sir. Estate planning. Keep this in mind because you'll be rich if you hear learning and dollar cost averaging. Absolutely. And again, these points are important to us because in the space, we just feel like people are constantly taking a single person's approach. Like they're the only ones who's involved in this thing, right? They don't talk about having to allocate funds across, even if you don't have kids, you're leaving your money to somebody, right? Hopefully. And you want to have those things in order so the state don't take your money and then give it into something else that doesn't benefit anybody close to you. So definitely you guys have your paperwork in order. Are there any other points to wallets that was on your mind and that you wanted to make? And it's just right now we're talking about Nunchuck and Kivo, right? We're not talking about any other wallet right now.
No, these are just the two for right now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So are
I
there
hadn't
any other
seen
great points?
any. I hadn't seen any other wallets offer these services though.
Oh, that's an interesting
Yeah,
point in itself.
yeah. Not that I've noticed. I really haven't found out any more information on the other wallets that I use because I hadn't felt the need to. Or if when I look at the sites that I go to use, sometimes they give alerts to pop up about new products, but I hadn't seen any about the other wallets that I use.
So that's actually good to know when looking at wallets and you do have a family that you're taking care of, that you're
But
responsible to. Go ahead.
I would say this: the Nunchuck wallet, you can use it with any cold storage wallet,
Okay, that's
Oh,
good to
okay.
but
know.
it's
Yeah.
still Bitcoin only. Yeah.
Bitcoin only.
But
For
Bitcoin only, yes.
it's for the
Yes.
maximalists. It's for
That's
the
for the
Yes.
maxis.
maxis.
Yes.
Maxis in the house. Where the
Yeah.
maxis at? Show up. Where the maxis at? But yeah, that's great to know. Cause
Yeah, that these are really the two that stand out amongst a variety of wallets, right? So
Yeah.
that way you can go right to it.
mm.
And they were
And
first, so first and the only. So, but Kivo, they brag about 24-hour customer service,
Oh,
and
I
they
like
do have the
that.
the easy carbon key retrieval for backup and to restore or do updates.
Okay.
For for your wallets and stuff for that wallet. Yeah.
so let me ask you, ma'am, as you're building this wealth through Bitcoin, how do you take your own hard work from it and spend it on yourself?
Oh, like how do you take profits and
How you
stuff?
take profits and you just do something for you? I mean, you put aside something for your family. That's what we all do. But
Hmm.
we all take a little bit and do something for ourselves. How do
So
you
what
do
are
that?
some of the things you like to spend profits on?
Oh well, I don't spend profits on anything now. I try to buy as much crypto Bitcoin as I can right now. I don't need to buy anything else. Promise you.
That's a
But
blessed life though.
I promise you.
but
I like that. I promise.
but I did
Okay.
take profits from when I made money on one of my coins, and I bought me a watch. So I mean,
Oh, what kind of watch?
this one that I have on right here.
K Depot, what's the brand?
I think it's a
It's
smartwatch,
a
right?
it's a Casio.
It's a
It's just a
Casio.
little old Casio. Just a
Mm-hmm.
stainless steel one. The
Man, you
G
looking
Shock.
fly. I see you out there. You looking fly. Fly.
I used to go shopping every weekend, every 2 weeks. I did, but I slowed down a lot. I used to love to go to Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls every week.
Ma'am,
You understand what I'm
oh
talking
man,
about?
come
I
on
had to
now.
stop. I don't have any room to put anything else.
I agree with that, right? I'm
My
trying to
God.
get there
So
now. I did say when my birthday came around, hubby was like what can we get you? And I had to give him the same answer. I said, thinking on it, I need another purse like I need a hole in the head, right?
you
It's just
know,
a whole bunch of purses, whole bunch of
don't need
shoes.
another pair of shoes.
Don't need any more clothes. I love little accessories though.
But
But not anything that is really consuming.
yeah, I know a lot of people like to spend money on travel. So
Hmm.
is that something like maybe when you take
Oh
profit
yeah.
travel?
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah, when I retire, because I want to do all my traveling when I retire. I have a year left,
Okay.
maybe two, and then that's when I'm going to hit the road. I have nothing really here to
To tether you there.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
We
So I'm going to be free to move about the country, and I'm excited about that.
That's good. And
I
you
love
know
Yeah.
that.
what too? And you guys should probably know this. You definitely want to do a lot of preparation for travel, right? And as the time moves forward, and this is one of his staples, structural jobs, pilots are part of the structural jobs. If you're going to be a YouTuber, you're probably not going to be a pilot. So the pilots are being aged out the force, they're retiring, and you don't have a lot of up and coming pilots to replace them. So flights are getting timed out. They have established in certain parts of the country curfews, right? So even if you board the plane, let's say the curfew is 9:30 p.m., right? And you boarded the plane at 8:30, and it just took them a significant amount of time to do whatever they needed to do, and then they hit that 9:30 mark, they will make y'all deplane, go stay in a hotel or stay in the airport overnight until they're able to get that flight up and running again. And that's domestic flights, right? So if you're going to be doing international travel, and of course this will be in the book that we're working on, you really have to have your courses of action forecasted. If this happens, this is the plan. And you want to have that in place to kind of reduce frustration, reduce cursing somebody out and getting kicked off the plane,
No,
keeping your
can't do that.
tempers low, like really, right? So it's important as you guys are beginning to travel and to explore environments outside of the United States or even within the United States, travel is a consideration you absolutely need to have.
Mm.
Because it's just the pilots, there are not a lot of up and coming pilots, and I guess pilots can't, they don't make $100,000 a year, so they
Yes,
can't
they
get women.
do, but they
So the young men are trying to go into,
and to correct you, they do.
they do,
They do make a
but
hundred
not
thousand
until they're,
dollars.
not until they're a
Yeah,
certain age or
pilot,
whatever.
you make
Well,
$100,000 a year.
well, hopefully I find somewhere I would like to spend the rest of my retirement years, and I won't have to do too much flying. Just
Right.
here and there.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
if
yeah,
you are flying, if you are traveling,
yeah,
even if you're trying to go on a cruise or something and you have to fly to meet your ship, you got to have all of those things in place because of the uncertainty that is associated with the culture of travel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. As it
yeah.
was.
I've seen it. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's a hot mess.
More money for less service. You know.
Yes, and obviously all of that's going up. I think it has a lot to do with the gas, of gassing up the plane, as well as you got to pay people more. And I noticed that the services are all a la carte. And
I heard them saying on the news talk radio the other day,
mhm.
about how they're charging $40 now for luggage for additional luggage,
Yeah.
but they charging all this money and putting all this luggage on the plane, and they don't have the space for your luggage on the plane. That's why people's luggage is being left behind in the airport and stuff.
Yeah,
So
and keep in mind when your luggage get left behind, you already paid that $40. You
yeah,
don't get back.
so
So,
I'm
all of these little things associated with travel. I know that there are a lot of people who think that travel is this glamorous, fabulous thing. And I'm going to be
it
the
used to
first to
be.
tell y'all
Used to
it's
be.
glamorous and it's fabulous if you fly private. If you fly on commercial aircrafts, it is a huge portion of your day. It is a huge drain on your energy. I'm not dissuading because we travel, I'm not dissuading anybody from traveling, but I am giving you a more realistic view of what travel is really like nowadays with the tightening down of the checks. If you're able to do TSA pre boarding, absolutely pay for that service. If you're able to pay to hang out in the lounge, there are a lot of places where you pay $75. You can hang out in the lounge. They have beds you can take a nap in. They have great food back there and stuff like that. It's definitely worth the extra money to just make your day easier and less frustrating. Two, right? A lot of those lounges are open 24/7. So if your plane is timed out or whatever happens, the lounge is a more comfortable place to hang out and stay. Like I said,
Yes.
they do have beds that you can access instead of having to leave and go to a hotel and so on and so forth. These are just little tidbits and hacks that can make your travel experience less frustrating.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree everything what you're saying. I didn't even know about that. She put me on to game about these lounges and things like that. So I
Hmm.
said, "Oh wow, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do this." And I don't really care to travel as much as I used to. Getting older, planes are getting smaller.
Yeah,
My
he's really tall,
my
so it's
knees
not
hurt. So
comfortable if
I
we're
don't
not
want to
sitting in
fly.
business class or
Yeah,
on
I don't want to
emergency
fly.
seats. Um, Business class now to me, I like it, but it's set up almost like a to me like a weird cubicle now. Right? So they're trying to encase you in your own space or whatever, and I understand what they're trying to do, but I wish it was a more open concept for business class. However, it is if you have the money for it, I think it's worth the money because it is more of an enjoyable experience, especially since my husband he's over 6 feet tall, his knees, right? He's all scrunched up like this, and then you got somebody sitting here and somebody sitting there. Is right. So travel requires a certain amount of capital, and you should have that capital set aside, not just for a more enjoyable experience, but absolutely for little hiccups and unforeseen
Oh yeah,
circumstances
it's
that
gonna
come
happen.
up. Like the
Yeah.
hotel stay. You may need to stay in a hotel. Your flight may not fly out the next day. It may not fly out for 2 days. So you definitely have to have capital set aside in order for these unforeseen circumstances. Many people would be like, well, I'll just go home and come back that next day. But if that happened during a layover or something like that, you don't have access to your house. So travel, never, ever, ever, ever travel on a shoestring budget. Don't do it. I hear these young girls go to All Star Weekend. They ain't got no money. They hoping they run into a baller in order to, and now they got a weird GoFundMe to get back home. Do not travel on shoestring budgets. Don't do it. It's very dangerous. It's not safe. There's a lot of sex trafficking. If you even look like you're having trouble, you can potentially create a weird mark for yourself, right? Now you're this mark that somebody's watching, like, oh, you look anxious, you on the phone, you ain't got no money, people are listening to your conversations and stuff, and it could create a very dangerous
Yes,
Yeah,
circumstance for you.
yeah,
yes, it could.
yeah, it could.
All will be in our book, y'all. It's gonna be part of the travel, part of the flag theory, but
Yeah,
um,
that's yeah.
No, I mean just
could work. Any other points
uh
that you feel are important to make with
About
wallets, just wallets in general?
um well if you type of person that travels with your Bitcoin, I found that there are ways to be very discreet about it. The wallets, the different type of wallets that you decide to choose while you're traveling. Or on even if you don't want to do that, they have these little flash drive looking little devices on. I had you to look at the website last time on CoinKite. They
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
have these little USB drive looking devices that you can load Bitcoin on them, and they're throwaways. They look just like a little regular little flash jump drive.
And
No one
nobody
knows
really
what it
knows
is.
what it is.
Now they have some with the word Bitcoin on it, and they have some without the word Bitcoin on it. But it is Bitcoin only. That's Bitcoin only. And then the Oculus wallet, you can travel discreet with that because it's in your wallet. No one really knows unless you take it out and show it. And I don't think it would set off any metal detectors or anything. And even the SafePal wallet, which is made of that real uh, tough hard plastic. I forgot the
The type
uh,
of material.
yeah, the type of material that it's made of. But it's a really good wallet, and I don't think anybody would know what that know what that is unless you took it out and show it. Also, I don't think it would set off any you know alarms or
So
anything.
for the family, as you were traveling, what I mean, how do you travel with your Bitcoin?
Oh, I have my little discreet little setups that I keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, yeah.
And
I
so
don't travel with all with everything.
Yeah,
But
that's
my,
not a
you
good
know,
idea.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you
my
have, but you
main
have.
stuff.
Okay, so we always talk about
Or I use hot wallets.
Or you use what?
ah,
Hot
yeah.
wallets.
Hot
You know what I'm
wallet.
saying? Yeah, you can load what you're gonna use onto your hot wallets and keep your hardware, behind. You can do it
Hmm.
like that also.
Okay.
And I shouldn't have to tell anybody this, but I'm going to say it. When you are traveling with your hardware, that needs to be on you at all times. You never want to
Yep.
put that into your check luggage. Women, that should be in your purse. Men, like she said,
Yeah.
you got the one that goes right into your wallet, which stays on your body the entire time. Even if you have the flash drive ones or whatever, those need to be on you, and you would treat them like cash, right? You wouldn't put it
Yes.
in anything that could possibly be separated from you.
Right.
Um,
Yep. All the important stuff is with me,
mhm.
on my person. Yeah.
Some
Yep.
people have this weird idea that check luggage is safe. So, I just,
No.
that's why I'm saying I don't think I have to mention, but I do want to mention that you want to treat your wallets and stuff like cash, because they do go into your check luggage to check for certain things. They do leave that note in there that they went in there. But if somebody
They
wanted to
stealing
be
now.
cute and take your wallets and stuff like that because they recognize what it is, nobody knows who did it,
Right.
right? Even if you reported it, you can't say agent 25704 was the one who, went through the luggage or whatever. So you want to treat your assets like you would treat cash. It is not to be separated from you at any point during the travel. I do want to welcome Let Freedom Ring and D. Andamov. She said, hello all. Have you tried the Decent Wallet card? Are you familiar with that, Cripwork?
No, no, I have not tried that one. I've heard of it, but I have
D.
not tried it.
Andamov, if you can tell us a little bit about the Decent Wallet card, or are you asking for more information? But if you have more information, please share it with us in the chat. If it's something that we need to be looking into.
I would ask you. I know your handle crypto works, but we do often speak on precious metals.
Hmm.
Are you into precious metals?
Yes, I have some of that as well.
So if you were to go from one country to another with precious metals, how would you do that? Or how would you see that that should be done?
That's something I'm gonna have to talk to y'all about when I get.
Okay.
Let,
All right.
let me be the first to tell you, not with an attitude. It's just gonna
I
make your
understand
day
that.
longer.
I understand that.
So when traveling with precious metals, I think it's important to if you're going to be traveling with precious metals, definitely have the precious metals that come in what I call the bubble. And I wish I should have had one, the little capsule
No.
where it says, $1 in the back. Gold sometimes says 50. Like when we travel with our gold, it'll say 50 US dollars, 100 US dollars. That way, when they start adding it, most silver rounds just say $1. So when they try to say you have to pay the tax on it, okay, if I have 50 rounds of silver, I just have to pay $50 on it, even though the silvers were significantly more than that. The one or two times I did have to travel with bringing because we can't get our precious metals physically here, sent here from a distributor. I have to go home to our home of residence and go get our stuff and then bring it back. So getting the gold here, what we did was just to kind of minimize the amount we had to pay in taxes. I sprinkled it in over a couple of trips because those sometimes say 50 US dollars and 100 US dollars, right? And if you have 10, 12, 15, 20 pieces, that shit adds up right now. So
Mm-hmm.
grab one or two pieces, put it with all the silver, then go home, grab two or three more pieces, then make another trip. And we ended up having to make almost 5 trips to get all of our inventory, all of our physical inventory here. We do have inventory in the storage in Oklahoma or something. Where is it at? Is it in Oklahoma? Yeah, so we do have a significant amount actually in a depository, but Simon is very big on having physical assets, and we utilize it as a mindset instrument for our children. So it's important. We will load all of it up in front of them, pour it all out, let it make all the noise and stuff, sit them, surround them in it, because that's a wealth thing. and say, you guys are rich, right? You're wealthy. This is yours. This is going to be your children's one day, and so on and so forth, so that we can start them early and they don't have a lack mindset. They don't have a mindset of scarcity. They're
Right.
already, we're building a collective consciousness. I'm very big on nation building. We're building a collective consciousness that you are wealthy and everything you touch, something good is going to come from it. Although you do have to put in the work and you do have to have the discipline in order for it to work. So we're glad that you do have a diversified portfolio with a bit of precious metals in it. Courtney Johnson, one
Right.
of my first jobs was on the ramp at the airport. People definitely went through the bags. We know.
Oh yeah.
We know. I get stuff missing from my bags. Little stupid stuff too, like tea tree oil, biotin for my hair, like little stupid stuff. Ruel Black, hey, let's go, guys. Shout out to our content cousin, Ru. Thank you so much for joining us. We're always happy to have you.
Yeah, Courtney. They stole. So I had some Jordan 4s. For the people who know what those are, they stole one of them. They didn't even take the
But
whole.
I think maybe I was thinking that they got interrupted in trying to steal it and couldn't get the second one.
So they stole my Jordan. So I had one shoe. They stole. They stole my Clippers and this Clippers. For those who know, and this Clippers are very well regarded in the community. And I'm like, dang man, y'all done stole my stuff out of my luggage. I put a lock on my stuff, and they cut locks, right?
Yeah,
right?
they cut the locks.
So it's like, what? I can't even. Anyway, I don't even want to go down that road because they done stole.
But
so
they
much
cut
stuff.
the locks in order to. There's a significant amount of drug trafficking. I don't know why people think they can bring drugs to the airport.
But they still.
And they're not gonna. Yeah, they do. And it's every airport. It's not like it's just one. Although the airport we travel is MCO, which is Orlando.
Shout out to San Antonio because that's where they stole my stuff at. Shout out to San Antonio.
That's where they stole my stuff at.
My bad. I didn't mean to derail the conversation. What people talking about? I can't see here.
Nothing.
I can't. Oh, okay.
This is Courtney. You was going through them bags. That's
Dang.
Fever.
You think he took my joy?
Crit work. And then Ruth said, chilling, good to see you on again at Crit work. Ruth said, damn, one shoe.
You got chicken?
Yes, baby. I ordered you some chicken. They didn't have any pizza.
What you trying to do?
So I'm trying to get Santina to go sit over there
sit down.
and not bother me about not. We went to go get the kids some pizza and the place was closed, so he's
no.
stop about it. Yeah, we ended up getting them some fried chicken, and that just as good.
Yes,
I went
it's
to
Sunday.
Texas
We
Roadhouse.
try to keep it. We try to
Yeah,
keep
but
it
we've been
real.
working on the book all morning. We've been working on a few other projects that we want to kind of bring to y'all, but we're not talking about yet. And I didn't have time to cook a Thanksgiving size meal today. We just had too much on the agenda this month, and we've been up since 4?
Yeah.
5.
It's been rough. It's a rough morning, but it's all good.
So we exhausted.
It's all good.
12 hours already.
Yeah, we tired. We ready to go to sleep for the night.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Domino's in Mexico. It sure is, Jake. But it wasn't Domino's. We were trying to get because where Domino's is, it is packed. You can't even get into the parking lot. So we were gonna go to this other pizza place where their pizza is actually pretty decent for Mexican pizza, and they didn't have any pizza today. It's like going to Burger King. They ain't got no burgers for the day.
Shout out to Detroit because we went to Detroit one
Home of the Whopper, and they didn't have any Whoppers.
We're trying to get some Whoppers, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any Whoppers today." We're like, "Oh, word." So what we're supposed to eat?
A regular hamburger, I guess. And the grill wasn't working, so they were like, it was crazy. We had to leave. Ruth said, got the holistic crooks taking tea tree. I know that's my hair stuff though. I had like a whole little hair kit, and they took the oils, they took the spray sheen. So I knew it was a female who did that, and she took my flat iron, which I paid almost $200.
Well, they be coming up at the airport, boy. They be coming up.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
And they took my beer when I went to Costa Rica, and I got. We should do a whole show about the airport. No, I had.
What you bought, Presidente or something?
No, I had a 36 pack. They took it.
And you put that in the check luggage?
Yeah. Well, where else was I gonna put
Where
it?
else you would have to check it, right, in order to get them? They took the whole case?
It took all 36 of my pieces. And I'm like,
Excuse me.
it ain't
Oh,
nothing you
man.
can do but get
That's
mad
not
at
cool.
people.
Rue said if you're in Detroit, you got to get a coney. Well, I'm from New York, so I'm not going to get a coney from any other city. So that's out.
Hey,
I don't even eat pizza here, really, right?
He
Because
said
it's not New York pizza.
you gotta get
He
a
said if you're in
cone.
Detroit, you got to get a coney. Cincinnati got conies too. They have what they call cheese conies.
Oh
But
yeah, they dope.
it's not like Coney Island conies, which is where it came from.
They're better.
They're not better. We made it, so even buffalo wings come from New York.
But they're better in
They're
Cincinnati.
not better. I even think New York might do the Philadelphia steak and cheese better than Philly, but I don't know because I've never had one in Philly. So
But
that's up for debate.
but New York does not do better pizza than Cincinnati.
What? You are out of your mind. You is out of your mind. New York pizza every day of the week is better than Cincinnati pizza.
So you don't have oil?
That's
Is
how
that-
I've always heard it.
We have the best pizza, the best steak and cheeses,
No,
the best
no.
What
Chinese.
about Chicago?
Where my New Yorkers at? Where y'all at? Chime in and get on him. Courtney said I was young seeing this. Losing your shampoo and oils were casualties of rushing to close the luggage bag. Nah, I know my luggage is in there. I'm particular about those things. They were gone. Some girl is out there with the nicest, bounciest, my ceramic flat iron gone. Rue, we about to start something about conies and pizza up in here. Detroit conies and pizza always. Detroit versus everybody. Nah, Rue. NYC.
I cannot agree with you on
forever.
that. Because even Chicago pizza is on her neck. So she just upset about
I heard New York and Chicago is the best too out of everything. So,
and they're two different pizzas. You can love them both because they're done differently. I personally, it's sauce.
on the Chicago pizza. Hello?
It's us again. We gotta go. Our connection. Can you hear us, Crip Work?
A little bit is going in and out and freezing a little bit. It's freezing. I can see you and it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes. Now I can see you and hear you now, yeah.
All right, we're going to cut this short because this is the second network and I'm still having trouble with it.
Okay.
When you travel, make sure you have great broadband and Wi-Fi stability. That's
Verizon in the house. I roll with Verizon.
See, we don't have Verizon. We have AT&T in this market, but we don't have Verizon in this market. Bruce said it's good now.
Okay.
Yeah,
but we're saying about the pizza, it's all good.
Yeah, New York has the best pizza, Chinese food, the best, and conies. And we have kosher food, which means if you're religious, it's great.
They're not better than Gold Star.
They're absolutely better than Gold Star with those flaccid hot dogs.
So you're going to get those?
Yeah, you're going to get the nice, meaty, long one.
Pause.
Yeah, but still.
That's what they all want.
No, that's what they all want. Voice Crypto, deep dish for the win. Chicago in the house. He loves Chicago pizza.
Yeah, Chicago pizza.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
too
it.
saucy for me.
Lou, who said that?
Voice Crypto.
Voice Crypto, Lou Margarita.
That's our
Lou
date
Margarita
spot.
when you go to Chicago. Lou Margarita. That place is
We always go there. That's our date spot.
Lou Margarita.
Chapel House said she's from Chicago but don't care for their pizza.
Oh, come on.
That's
now.
wow, I never heard that before.
Come on now.
I never heard that. You New Yorkers and your little baby thin pizzas. Rue. All right. Conversation's getting off off the meter now.
It's going off the rails.
But we thank y'all for joining us, Crit Work. You know, we love when you come on the show. A lot of the chatters said they were happy to see you back. So you are welcome to come back anytime you have new info for us.
Okay, I keep a good looking out for you.
I crown you content cousin, right? So we related now.
Yeah, get on down here to Mexico City. We come see you.
We'll come hang out with you and show you a great time, show you around the city. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely gonna have to put that in my rotation. Put that on the list.
Absolutely, yeah. And you have a great time. And you know, for lack of a better comparison, Mexico City is like Latin New York City, which is already Latin. Up. So
that's what's up.
Courtney also think that Detroit got the best pizza. I never had pizza in Detroit though. To be honest, I wouldn't even thought to do that.
It's all good though.
Yeah,
as long as it's good.
In Detroit.
Okay.
As long as food is good, I'll eat it. But if it's not good, then I won't eat it. But as long as food is good, I'll eat it.
Agree.
You know, and especially if I go into the restaurant and I smell how good the food is when I hit the door, it's going down. If I don't smell anything, I probably won't eat there.
But too, if you don't see a lot of people in there, sometimes that's a telltale sign.
Too.
Right. So I know sometimes Sam and I, we like, I see this restaurant all the time and it's like, don't nobody be in there. That's a huge telltale sign.
Right.
Well, you know,
nobody eat that.
I try to go get food that you can't really mess up.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a hamburger, you can't really mess it up.
But they do.
Yeah, but people, they find a way to mess it up.
They do.
But it's like, can you just make it well done with some cheese and some lettuce, and tomato, and I'm good.
Yeah, you shouldn't mess it up. You shouldn't mess up buffalo.
You shouldn't.
But
you
shouldn't.
But they do. But they do.
I try not to eat at too many fast food. You know, at too many. I guess you could say. I don't. The regular run of the mill. You know, on the corner. Fast food places. I try not to really eat at those now. You know, now in 2024. You know, back in the day, you could, you know, you was always guaranteed a good meal. But now, you got to think about really where you really want to go eat at today. Yeah, like today, I had a good meal. I went to Texas Roadhouse, so I'm good.
Oh, that's my restaurant.
Oh, hey, hold on.
I love Texas Roadhouse.
What you get from there?
Yeah, so.
Yep. What did you get?
I had the fried chicken with my corn and my loaded mashed potatoes.
That's your meal.
Oh, you went to Texas Roadhouse and didn't get a steak?
You know, I like my steaks from, you know, believe it or not, Red Lobster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I eat or either I fix one myself.
Hold on. So you go to Texas.
Then I'll run to Red Lobster to get me a steak.
Lobster. Yeah. Not to get lobster, but to get. Well, if I don't
want to cook it myself,
Courtney Johnson out here getting that.
Well, I can only eat shrimp and crab legs because I'm allergic to a lot of seafood.
Okay.
Yeah, crab and shrimp is the only thing. Crab legs, shrimp. That's it. That's the only two things I can eat. Can't eat anything else.
I've been eating a lot of seafood lately because it's great to help with weight management. And y'all know, now that he got all this Bitcoin and precious metals, I ain't let him up. I'm my ex.
You see what you're on my so I know the
He ain't gonna upgrade me, y'all.
I
gotta make sure these cute little 24-year-olds don't come in and move me out the way with their silicone and fake breasts and stuff. I gotta keep it sexy, but I've been doing the seafood because it's good for weight management.
Yeah.
He said, I haven't met them here. They don't exist. They don't. I virtually have no competition here. I like to keep it that way. But we love y'all. We're going to let y'all get out of here on this beautiful, bright, sunny, 84-degree Sunday here in Mexico.
What they say?
Ruth said he misses Buddy's Pizza in Detroit.
Well, it was nice talking with y'all again today and everybody in the chat.
Work, you know.
Love you guys too. Breaking up again. Yeah.
Keep her on.
I can't.
Oh,
Internet.
Well, it was a nice show, everybody. So
All right, print work. We're gonna go. I'm gonna text you though, okay, later on.
okay, all right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Bye, y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all Tuesday, Tequila Tuesday, our first show. Bye, y'all.